Hi, this is Randy. I have talked to a lot of men over my lifetime, especially in the past 3 years. I've talked to men in person, I've had men as clients, men as friends, and men on the internet, men that are on dating sites, men that are in chat rooms, men that are on YouTube. Even former boyfriends. So many of these men, when I push them, when I press them for answers, they admit that the primary reason that they're interested in women at all is for sex. And a great bulk of them will even say that it's the only reason. That if it were not for sex, that they have no interest and there is no value or benefit to having a woman in their life. That is the main driving force. Remove that driving force, remove that need or necessity, and there would be no reason to interact with a woman. Definitely no reason to have one in your life. No reason to remain monogamous or true or loyal to one woman. And so it puzzles me, because if this is really true, because it's out of the mouths of men themselves, it is something that we've, as women, wondered throughout our lives. We've been told to watch out for. We've been suspicious that is the case, since there's such a focus on sex by the male species, by the humans that we interact with. It seems to be this focus for them. But when they actually admit it with no shame, no guilt, calling it natural, biological, and I'm not saying that sex isn't fun. It's not a part of a relationship, not at all. But what I'm saying is the importance of it has been not just admitted to, but it's now become the only benefit, basically, to a relationship in terms of what men will actually state and admit. And I'm really wondering if it's true or if that's a defense. And I will go so far as to say that I have also heard women say that if it was not for them needing sex, that they would find no value at all in a man. That is also now the only value that they would find in a man, is to mate, to breed, to get this need met, this supposed need that they can't live without, which is not really one of the basic needs, it's optional. It's not like food or water or shelter. It's not even as important as earning a level of income that will support your food, shelter, warmth, clothing. But yet, it's at the top of the list in terms of what men want, and it's not only just at the top, but now it seems to become the only thing that they're interested in a relationship, which I can't even call that a relationship. I think that a lot of them believe their own touting that that is all they are concerned about. And if that's not readily available, there is no possible reason why you would, or why they would get into an interaction with a woman, that's always the main reason for interacting with a woman, is to get sex, and not even necessarily consistent sex, just that in the moment, that's the drive. So I'm wondering where companionship fits into this, and why it doesn't fit in. Why companionship and friendship and partnership through life, togetherness, working on common goals, having someone to talk to, having someone to rely on, interdependence, you could say. Why men don't ever mention this as a huge part of why they might still be interested in a woman. I have never, ever, ever heard a man admit or say, I don't know if admit is the right word, but I have not heard them mention companionship and daily interaction, reliance, a friend, a female friend, to go places with rather than go by yourself. I've never heard them mention that this is why they're seeking a relationship. They might write that kind of stuff on a profile, but it never actually comes out in a conversation, or it never shows up in their behaviors, because in order to form that kind of companionship, friendship, partnership, reliance, loyalty, bond, you'd actually have to get to know the person. And to me, they're not interested in getting to know the person, the woman. They're interested in getting the sex, and I think that maybe they decide to get to know you after that if the sex was good enough, or they got addicted to it, or they feel that they might be able to get it in a consistent way enough that they could bother to get to know you, and that the underlying reason behind getting to know you is just so they can have the sex on a consistent basis. It's not to form a partnership. And I think maybe if one is ever formed, maybe it's by accident. I don't know if this is even in their mind that this is something that they want. I don't know if they're not socialized to want this, and I'm talking about men who, are older and already had children. So if you remove the need for a partner to have a child with, and you've already had children, or you don't want children, or you're too old to have children beyond 40, 45, then I really don't understand why men, even if they weren't socialized to understand or think about the value of a partnership and a deep friendship, love relationship with a woman outside of sex, separate from sex, as if it's the most important thing, and sex comes along with that. Even if they weren't socialized to know that, I still think they should know that. And I don't know if it's me, I mean, because they will argue. They will argue this point, that they will argue this point till the death, that all they want is sex. And it's just very puzzling to me, because they don't, it's almost like this thing that they've hidden before, but now that they can talk on the internet, they don't hide it. They don't have to hide this. They can just upfront admit it, and they're proud of it. And it seems very narcissistic to me. It seems very immature. And it seems like it's hard to believe that there's so many of them that have not come to the conclusion that a partnership, an equal partnership and friendship bond created with a partner of the opposite sex is so potentially beneficial, way beyond the fact that, regular sex might occur. And the fact that that's never really mentioned as a goal or as something they strive for is just extremely puzzling to me. So I wanted to make a video about it and hear some of your comments. I'm sure that if you're a woman, that you've also thought about this before and maybe wondered why. And okay, thanks guys, have a nice day.